Hi, this is JilliBling, and I have April's free card kit with a $50 order. I'll mail you, snail mail, this card kit, and I'll show you what the card kit looks like. But this is using a lot of new product. It's kind of fancy. Is that fun? Look at the new colors, too. Cloud cover, Secret Sea, new designer paper, new stamp set, new die set, old die, new gems. This paper, this foil paper is beautiful. So this is one idea, and your card kit will come with no stamped images. So you could put whatever flower there you like, or a tree there, or if you have a cute little tiger, you could put whatever you like here instead of the flowers. So I used a new stamp set, which I'll show you, but I'm going to use a different stamp set just so you could see that it's really versatile. And you'll get either this print of designer paper or this print, and this is how your card kit will arrive. So orders in the month of April, $50 order you get a free card kit, $75 order you get a card kit plus a package of bling. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. So this is what you'll get in the mail, and it has the embellishments with it. It has die cut pieces, no stamped images, but it has paper for you to stamp whatever images you have at home. And I want to stamp this beautiful flower. I'll show it to you in the stamp set. So that, and then all these pieces, it looks like it's done, but they're just temporarily attached. To remove the adhesive, the temporary adhesive, just give it a twist, and then you can attach it using your glue, fully attach it. But I put that there just so you know where the pieces go. Because if I give you an envelope with all these pieces, you'd be, what goes where? So we'll get into this in just a minute, but I want to show you the stamp sets. Okay, so this is where the idea came from. My dear friend Carolyn sent me this as a swap. So I sent out 8 cards and I get 8 cards back. And this is the one that she made. And she has cute little magnets here and here. And I meant to ask her about that, but as you can see, mine is done. But watch how it kind of snaps closed. And that's where it came from. That's from Carolyn. And then for my birthday, Janice sent me this card. And she loves Graphic 45. And this is Graphic 45 papers. And I was thinking, oh, this is beautiful. But she knows I love pink and I love roses. But look at her card, which is, it's another, I don't even know what you call this. It's like a secret opening. Watch how it opens. Is that cool? And this is all Graphic 45. It's beautiful. Beautiful paper. So when I saw both of their cards, I thought, I have to give this a try. This magic opening. Okay, so there's Janice's card. And Pretty Florals is what I used for this belly band. So it's 2-step stamping, where you stamp this in a lighter color, put the detail over the top in a darker color. Same with this one. And if you don't want to use a different color, which on here I think I just did stamp off for this piece, and then full strength for the detail. And then the same with this, the name just escaped me. You know, this flower. Once again, it's 2-step stamping. And the stem, this stem is for the 3 flowers. This stem can be for, that's like a daisy or a coneflower. And I also use this stem for, it's hyacinth. And then notice the new gems. So now you know where that came from. And this comes with dies to cut out everything. Love that. So that was the first sample. Gallery Blooms. This is another brand new set. I want to use this. The minute I saw this, and I really like that too, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to do this. So this is what we'll use today. Gallery Blooms. This is a bundle, and it has dies to cut out all the images. And I'll show you the dies here in just a minute. Sentimental framing. Look at all these new words. So on this one, I have the thinking of you. And today I want to use the love you on the outside. But great words. The right words. This is another new stamp set. You could tell what I had. Boy, this is heavy. Oh, it's rubber. I had all these just sitting here, taking them all in. And I guess I used most all of them. I did just a few days ago an unboxing video. And you'll say, you used just about everything that you had, but it was just all sitting out. It just worked out perfect. And I have to admit, when I see the sample card, it is a little bit busy. Okay, that's a lot going on. But in here, it's not too bad. Do you notice this die? Yeah, lots of fun. So I have a hint so yours doesn't hang up like this. And what it's doing is it's hanging up on the designer paper. Maybe just push it a little bit. So yeah, it's a little bit busy, but it certainly is happy, cheerful, springtime-like. So we'll use this, or used it for the inside, the You're So Kind. Okay, Spotlight on Nature dies. We all know those, love them, been using them. That is for the circle die here, and on the inside, the You're So Kind. Which ones are these? Ooh, look at that big frame. That cuts out three rectangles. This is Gallery Blooms. Oh, this one cuts out these images, plus more. Look at all these more. The more level and the outline level. And then the frame. I haven't even played with that yet. These dies, wow. These dies, I think they go with words. And all the words I have are great. These are sentimental framing dies. So we'll use a few of them today, but there's these, and look at the detail on them. That just is an edge. It doesn't do any cutting. It just adds interest to an edge. Then the big frame. Then there's this frame. And there's another one that's in there. What I say? Sentimental framing. Sentimental framing. Words. We all like good words. We all like good frames. It's a win. And this is all in the annual catalog, which is right here. Okay, and these go with Pretty Florals. So they cut out the images, and then there's all these bonus ones that cut out extra stuff. That's a lot of fun. This is like a builder dies. And I know this one and many of the other ones cut out the designer paper. And I'll show you some of the designer paper here in just a minute. And then, of course, nested essential dies for a rectangle, which you hardly see, but when we start building the card kit, it's a rectangle that lets you see through to the bottom, but it's completely hidden. It's utility. Okay, and then the bling. Aren't those pretty? And there is all the in colors. Strawberry Slush, Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Cloud Cover, Secret Sea. They're called, I think, flat, in color flat pearls. Flat pearls. I like those. all comes from the new catalog, which goes into effect, sales period, May 6th. And if you've ordered from me recently, an order of $50 plus, there's a catalog in the mail to you already. Or it's in the process. It will be to you before the catalog goes live. Here's the designer paper. So we used a few pieces. So you can see this one, on the back of it, floral. Then there's this one. And today's project, there's this one here. Plus a few additional. Isn't that just pretty? Don't you love those colors? So there is this one. But it goes with my nail polish. I like it. Oh, that one's pretty too. Oh, I like stripes. And that's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. See how the flowers are separated from the leaves? I think that means there's a die that will perfectly cut that out. I know there's a die that will cut this out. And this is called Florals in Bloom designer paper. And then there's this one. Let me show you the piece that was used here. I'll show you all of them, but here it is. So this one has a floral print on it. Get it right in the right light. See the print? Isn't that fun? And I was worried that when I used the embossing or the die cut, it would smush out all the texture, but it didn't. When you look at it on here, you could still see a little bit of the floral print on there. Wonderful die. Okay, so here are all of the other pieces. I think there's 6 sheets. What's it say? This is called Flower Garden Foils. 6 sheets. And it comes in 3 different colors. The colors are Cloud Cover, Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush. So there's that one. And here's this one. Isn't that a nice pattern? Pretty in Pink with the 2 patterns, one of each, and then the Strawberry Slush. And once again, the same 2 patterns. Okay, so let's get on with making our kit. So you have your kit, came in the mail, woohoo! Let's stamp that big floral. We'll go there. And because I'm going to color it in with the blends, I'll stamp it in Memento. And there's a die that cuts that out. Yay! Oh, so pretty. Then do this one for the inside, just a little one, which conveniently comes in the same stamp set. Look how nicely those work together. Okay, what color would you color it? It has this paper. I kept thinking, what about like Melon Mambo, bright pink? Then I thought, no, I should go with some of these colors. Then I noticed it has blue leaves and I don't have these blends. I don't know if I dare do blue leaves. So I came up with a different plan. And it is peach petal to really light. And then the leaves will be Shy Shamrock and Pretty Peacock. And I have to admit, I planned on having it both Shy Shamrock, but I colored the whole leaf in dark, and then I'm like, oh, I was supposed to do that in light with dark details. So then I put on Pretty Peacock and I ended up loving it. So let's look at what's here. We'll get to these other dies in just a minute. But for now, here are the two dies that cut out these images. Perfect. And isn't it great when it comes already colored and cut out? So the Shy Shamrock and the Pretty Peacock, I'm not sure if they go, but I think it's kind of dramatic looking. The coloring on it, I think it matches the abstract look to the floral. I don't know, but it'll do. But don't worry, we have a little bit more coloring to do. So if that goes like that, it kind of blends in a bit with it, but I think it's just pretty. I love all these colors, they're beautiful. Okay, so let's get to, what is this? These things look pretty. So I think on the inside I'm just going to do the little one, so I won't be using this piece, but in case you did it the other way, or whichever pieces work out. Now this one I want to stamp the Love You. So I have that ready to roll. Okay, so let's get to building this card. And you would probably naturally do the belly band first, but I'd suggest doing that last, because after we build the inside and it has so many layers, you might need the belly band to be a little bit looser than the way it comes. So for now, isn't that paper pretty? Give it a twist. Strawberry Slush. And we'll just attach these layers. Twist. And let me know if you have any questions about the free card kit. And you could use this video as a tutorial, because yours will come in the mail exactly as you saw it in the package. So just attach everything. It'll be so fun in May, having the new catalog, but that means that there's a lot retiring. When stuff is retiring, I feel the need to use it just one more time. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what's on the inside. Here, like it's already done, but everything is just loosely attached. So, where to start? Let's just pull this off. And we can attach that. And to get it lined up, that's how I was using the pencil. Or if I took these, I was able to do that. Then after I put this on, so if you're making it at home, you might need this little bit of info. Put that right in place, and then I did it here, and then I just made an X in the center. And it just all helps to guide where to put things. But very little of this right here shows, so if it isn't perfect, it's fine. Okay, let's attach these. So when you go to attach these flaps, and in the video description are the measurements, and it will say scored a ½ inch, and then it will say to do the V cut, First score to 1/2 inch, then go to 2 1/4, make a little mark. From this mark that's in the center, you'll go from this point cut in, from this point cut in. So it might be easier if I show you on here. So right there is a 1/2 inch score line for the fold. Then if you go to the center, I put a little mark. I did score lines, but you could just do a little pencil mark. So now there's a little pencil mark right there. And then take your scissors and go from this corner, pretend like it was complete, right to that line. Turn it around, go from this corner, this tip, right from the tip, right again to that little pencil mark. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you see very little of it in the end. So when you attach this, do, if you can, liquid glue, and do it really light, thin, but coverage right to that fold, not beyond it, but right to the fold. And when you place it on the inside of the card, like here's this one, and we already pulled this one right here off from right here, and I'm going to have it, I see the crease mark. Outside of the crease mark is where I will put this paper. And you can tell I'm not measuring. I'll hold this up here in just a minute. Trying to get it in the right light. Okay, there we go. So you could see that's where the crease is, the fold is, and it's right beyond that. It's like almost right on it, but the fold is still there. And I say that only because if you put this paper right into the fold, it would be bulky. And if you were not exactly in the fold, some of it might be on this panel, this part, and it wouldn't fold nice. The reason I suggest having full glue is because when this folds over, if you didn't have glue right up there to that crease, when you fold it over, part of this would be lifting. Okay, we'll do the other side, same thing. But see how I'm doing it thin? If I did it heavy, it might smush out. It might stick to the wrong things. And I don't want to sit there and hold it for a long time. Okay, so where's the crease? I'm looking at this amount and that amount, making sure that they're somewhat equal. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can measure it if you want to, but it doesn't have to be. And I can still see the crease. I'm going to push it down, make sure all that glue attaches to this panel. So when I hold these up, you can see that that has the decoration on it. So eventually, these pieces will close. But after this piece is right over the top, it moves a lot better. Okay, so I'm looking at the designer paper. Let's attach that. So here's another trick. When you do the designer paper, you want to get glue all the way to the edges. And that's kind of important to take the time to do it, and I'll show you why. Especially right in here. This one, the glue is kind of seeping out the edges, but it's worth it to get it all the way to the edge. The reason why you want to have this piece fully glued down is because when it's closing, if it's hanging up on anything, it's hanging up on the edge of this piece of designer paper. And if you had that at all flapping, it would catch every time. It would be harder and harder to close. right there. That's where it's hanging up. Not bad, just a little bit. Okay, so right up to the edges. Right on those corners. These corners are loaded, so that's going to go toward the center. Okay. So we have that. That's all permanently stuck down. I stick that down? Oh yeah. Okay, so I think the next piece is this piece that goes on here. And I put it somewhere real safe. Here it is. So this is, that looks pretty easy. There's these folds, and this will all be typed out. I'm not sure. I don't have everything written down yet. Okay, so this piece is 5 1/8 by 3 1/4. The score is 1/2 inch there and 1/2 inch here. But before you attach it, this piece right here is that die, this rectangle die. And if you're getting the card kit, everything will come already like this, so you don't have to worry about all these little details. It'll be ready for you. But that's what this die, Nested Essentials die, just cuts out this opening. Because if I didn't cut it out, it would just be cloud cover right here. Not good. So you cut that out, somewhere about in the middle. This piece of Secret C is just laying on top of it. And then I used this die to cut out the hole. This little beautiful piece is floating around here somewhere, but that just cuts out the hole. And then a separate piece of cloud cover cuts out this die. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And that's what it looks like. Imagine doing that on foil, like how it was when we did the belly band. Even just any plain foil that you have. It's so pretty. Okay, back to assembling. So we can assemble this part here and then put it onto the card inside. So Secret C, I'd say just do it around the perimeter. It won't take much to hold it on. And don't do it in here because this hole is bigger than that. I'll show you why. You just do it like this. Get it centered right on there. So if you're at home doing this yourself and you have all of your pieces, come back to the video and we can put it together. We'll put it together. Okay, so that's why I said don't do the whole piece of Secret C, because you would have glue all over here. And if you did, you just have to wait for it to dry. But that's why we went just around the outside edge of this piece. Stuck on there. Okay, now this one just gets glue all over it. Sometimes it's kind of hard putting glue on a highly textured piece. Especially with all those little holes in it. Dot, 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 dot. Okay. So that gets centered on Secret C. And fits perfectly over, making a nice little frame. That could use that big old block. I'll set this, oh I know, this one. I'm going to set it off to the side, let it dry, and we'll color that little flower. Okay, here it is. This is all we have left to color, and I'm going to color it just like this one. Same colors. Okay. So the leaves are Shamrock Dark for all the leaves. See, I was thinking this was Shy Shamrock Light, and then I picked up the other one. It's like, oh, it's dark. How am I going to make details on the leaves with the lighter color? There's that. So now we're going to go on to Pretty Peacock Light. And I'm purposely letting it dry just a little bit. If I did it right away and the ink was still wet, the Pretty Peacock and Shy Shamrock would do kind of their own blending, which sometimes is really convenient. But this project I wanted to be a little bit separate, because see how you could see that line? It's dramatic. Okay, no blending. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Be a little darker. Okay, leaves are done. I wonder if I have any leaves on these little flower. No, I'm looking at the bottom because see there is some greenery underneath the flower bloom. Not on this one, so we will move to Peach Pie Light. Ooh. I'm just going to do deep in the center of each of these little petals. Some of it is just a little dot, dot, dot. It's a bigger petal. Okay, and next is Petal Pink Dark. And that goes just a little bit higher, allowing room for Petal Pink Light and white. No color. This is so small. It's just taking a dot, a little dot, a little dot. Petal Pink Light. I don't know if I allowed enough room for white. I didn't. Okay. That is colored. So you can imagine doing it on a big petal. So when I hold this up, you could see, yes, that's Peach Pie Light. You could see Petal Pink Dark, Petal Pink Light, and white on each of the petals. This one I really didn't blend. You could see it good on that one. And I'll take pictures and put them on my blog, which is JilliBling.com, and I'll have close-up pictures of both of the projects. Okay, how is that coming? Oh, plenty dry. Okay, let's attach this to the inside. It's going to go right here. So I'll fold this down, fold this, and I'm going to put glue on both sides. All the way out to the crease. And again, trying to be thin glue so I don't have to hold it too long for it to dry. Just imagine if you had globs of glue on there, you would set it down and it would bounce right back up and it would say, there's a lot of glue here. We have to sit and let it dry. And right there to that crease. So in an effort to make it move a little bit easier, I did add a double stack of dimensionals. And I'll show you that. I'm not sure if it worked or not. So I'm looking for this crease and that crease. And this is going in the middle. And with the fold and the size of the paper, it's going to be just a little bit short. Okay, while the glue is drying, scooch over. Well, this is centered. There's a lot of room there. Not so much room over here. Is it centered? It's hitting right on this piece of designer paper. So to stop it from hitting, I'm going to take mini dimensionals. If yours runs smooth, you could just leave it at that point. But I'm going to take one mini dimensional, two mini dimensionals, so there's a stack of two. I'm going to put it, kind of tuck it in right about there. And so that's creating a little bit of room for the designer paper to not catch. That's better. I don't think when Carolyn did hers, she had to do this little trick. Because hers has a magnet on it. Hers is all fancy. She doesn't need to do little tricks. Okay, let's see if it closes. Yeah, it has just a little bit of a hang up, but it's okay. Okay, so where's that little flower? That little flower gets put right here and attached with liquid glue or any adhesive, just so it's really flat. The other one had the words on the inside. You could do whatever you like. Just a little something. It scooched. It wasn't dry, and I just kept messing with it. Okay. Let's go watch the flower right here. Here, I'll do it up here. Look, a card. Oh, there it is. And I guess if it, like right now I think it's moving fine, but if you like, just with your finger, kind of roll the paper up just a little bit. Ooh, that made it good. Okay, back to where we were. Belly band. Okay, now you know why I was saying do the belly band last, because with all those dimensionals, all those layers of paper, it's probably, if I put this belly band on now, it'd say, I need a bigger size. So, put this here. And for any time you do a belly band, you want it to be not loose and not tight. If you do it tight, it's impossible to get it on or off. If it's loose, then it just falls off all the time. So that is definitely bigger than it was before. You know, because it's kind of thick because of those dimensionals. Maybe it's here. Then I do a little score line. I'm going to try it on one side. Score. Then it's like, you know how when you have a book, it's square at the binding? So this is like a 32nd of an inch extra. Okay, I'll try that on one side. See if it works. Okay, can you see if that it's square? I'm just trying. I don't even know if that's going to work. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so if it's there. Okay. Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to do it on this side too. Okay. Then I could see where the score line is. And that is 32nd of an inch. I mean, not even maybe a 16th of an inch. That might have been too skimpy. So it's original. There it is. I think I'm making this harder than it needs to be. Just make your belly band not too tight. Okay, make sure it's square. Ooh, with all that finagling. Hope that's not too big. Because there's no overlap. I'll have to use my metallic piece for an overlap. I think that's going to work. Okay, metallic piece. I'm going to put this on temporarily just because I did so much finagling with it. I don't know if I just made it too big. Okay, I'm going to alter this for this much of an overlap. 1/16 of an inch. A belly band should not be this hard. Okay, and then this gets attached. Just stay. Oop, I had to pop out all those little holes. All that little detail. 5 of them. And this gets liquid glue. All in the center. Sorry about that belly band perfection. Okay, before it dries too much, I'm going to test it. That's good. Does it fall off? No. Okay. But when I do that, I could tell it is a little bit ample, but that's okay. Okay, let's decorate it. So this is going to go on here, right in the middle. Ooh, isn't that pretty? This one is a little busy too. Okay, so I'm going to do glue down here, and on these leaves, the rest of the flowers get dimensionals. I'm going to put a dimensional on this one. I'm like, ooh, is it going to be hanging over the belly band? But it's okay. Okay, and then glue on these leaves and the stem. Thin glue. Just like that. Beautiful. Yeah, sometimes I make things a little busy. What can I say? That's going to go right there. Dimensionals. 3 of them. Love you. It just has flowers on the inside. Just like that. Okay, and then the bling. These are cloud cover. Kind of iridescent. JilliBling. Okay, there it is. What do you think? Thanks for sticking with me through all that too. Yours doesn't have to be so difficult. Just make it the belly band bigger. But it's a fun card. New product. New product is always fun. Okay, magic. Oh. And then you can write on the sides. Okay. Ooh, that one closed good. I think rolling up these little edges just a little bit made all the difference. Okay, that's it for today's project. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about getting the free card kit. And I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks.